And hello everyone, Gabe the Izzard here. I am at the corner of Markham and Broadway in downtown Little Rock. Today is January 7th, 2024, but this is going to be a time warp. This is not the day you're watching it. This is another day in the future, who knows when. The Broadway Bridge right down there. The indestructible replaced by a new one years ago. Now it's that one. Robinson Auditorium. Pulaski County Courthouse. City Hall. The center of all kinds of coolness in Little Rock. 2 days ago, a bomb threat was called into the Pulaski County Courthouse. And they had to like cancel all the court. I have done this walk and it's been a long time. I haven't done one since the last time I did, if that makes sense. And that was probably in 2020. When I came down here last time, a couple was getting married right here. And I even think I said congratulations. And they're like, hey. But I am doing a walking video going south. I'm just kind of walking through the little park here, the Rose Garden. But I am walking south on Broadway today. There's the Pulaski County Administration Building. It's where the county government is, ran by the county judge, Barry Hyde. And I'm just gonna head up here. Hope the sun's not in your eyes. Did I say it? Go ahead, tag along. Go ahead, tag along. Go ahead, tag along. So, here we go. I'm gonna try to point out any changes that I realize and recognize that have happened since 2020. Enterprise Rent-A-Car, been there. I do know one thing. The T-Mobile store and the dry cleaners that was in that building, no longer there. They are gone. Move shop. Coming up here to 3rd Street, this building right here, the Gay building, has had some work started on it in the last week or so. They boarded up better, and somebody has taken it over and will be renovating and using that space. I call it the Gay building because it is actually the GAY office building, and it really looks like they've tried to scrape the gay off of there. They've plastered over the gay to make it kind of disappear, but that's weird. It's not a homosexual building, it's the name of a person. Anyway, Tropical Smoothie has built a brand new spot here on the corner of 4th and Broadway. They had their restaurant up in the old YMCA. But now they moved over here, which is smart. It has a drive-through, which the YMCA building there, you couldn't, you had to find parking. It was kind of hard. Now they got free parking there. I will say this, in my last walking video, there weren't all these Constitution for Dummies signs, but they're on every pole in a little box. There were more of them, but they've slowly been taken down. Of course, this is the federal courthouse right here. And I am walking alongside the Regions Bank building right there. Garnished by these crepe myrtles and hedges. And then we have the Simmons Bank building. The Simmons Tower, I should say. Crossing Capitol. And speak of the devil, there is the Capitol. Probably about 10 blocks away. One cool thing is this picture here kind of shows what the look of this area was back in the day. Look at that. That's a vintage car. Kind of wish we had some shopping centers and things like that. Here on Broadway in Maine. So there is the old YMCA building right there. That's where Tropical Smoothie was. And there are a few office buildings in there. It's got some great architecture. The clay tile roof. And there's a swimming pool in the bottom of that building, but not usable. So I'm pretty sure that this McDonald's here on the corner of 6th and Broadway was here 3 years ago. They had closed the one basically across the street and put this one in, and there was nothing in its place because there's a new structure and a new business where that McDonald's once stood, and we will pass that today. And today it is not open because it is a Sunday, if that's a hint for what business that would be. You can probably already see the head of the chicken sticking up. Yes, it is a Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A. Jimmy John's, Rally's, Taco Bell, all remain the same. This stretch of road hasn't seen much change other than the Chick-fil-A. Those people are probably pulling in thinking, I'm gonna get me a chicken sandwich, and then they are denied. You're gonna have to get some grilled cheese nacho fries. I don't even know what that means. Grilled cheese nacho fries. I don't eat at Taco Bell at all, really. And then I came through here not too long ago. I had a hankering for a bean burrito, and I ordered like a bean burrito and a couple other things. He said 10 bucks. I was like, what? 10 bucks? He was like, you pay? What he said first, he said, are you paying with cash or card? And I said cash. He goes, 10 bucks. I said, what if it's a card? And he goes, 10 bucks. And I was like, okay. No receipt given, so who knows where that 10 bucks went. But It was a pretty decent bean burrito. These car businesses have been here for a good bit. Hogwash, I think that this is a newer one. They were down the road here, and then they've moved to this spot where this Centurion guard is protecting them. See, right there. Scheisel. Here's a tire shop. I'm gonna walk around this guy. That's a new place. And this Auto Glass Now, there's been a glass store there, but Auto Glass Now is the new name for it. Of course, Popeye's Fried Chicken's been there ever since they tore down the old Backyard Burger. Wendy's, yes, been there. Mosaic Templars Cultural Center. I have a video of that from back a few years ago. That place had got burned because a homeless person had went inside and started a fire to keep warm. So they did some remodeling on that. That's been a while, 2007-ish. Starbucks, thriving down here. About to cross over the Interstate 630, heading south. There is Mount Holly Cemetery, the old Methodist Church, which is right there on the border of Philander Smith College. Smelly. Looking east over 630. See if we can get somebody to honk. No, nobody's honking. I did get a couple waves. Take the crosswalk. Still paying attention because people are ridiculous.
It smells like butt over there. Oh my gosh.
That's Sonic.
Everywhere.
Whew.
Did you fart?
No, I didn't fart. That's Sonic. Mount Holly Cemetery across the street here. Historic Mount Holly Cemetery. There are many governors, founders of the state buried in there. This cemetery used to be located down where the Simmons building is, and they relocated it up here with land donated from Chester Ashley. This was a donation center for the Boys and Girls Club. They closed it, and it's just deteriorating. They tried to sell it, wanted too much money, and now they're just letting it go to waste. And this is where that hogwash was located. And you can see now it's for sale. I think that a lot of these people that lease this these buildings to these people think that they can get like a gold mine, which they're in good locations, but you can't just price gouge them and get top dollar for something that's basically a trash heap. It's ran down, it's a trash heap. You really can't even sell that as a car wash because nobody really goes to it. I've been there a few times to wash my car, and it's always had subpar sprayers, subpar vacuums, people coming and trying to bum your quarters. Crossing 13th Street on Broadway. Just really now entering the residential area. Nothing's really changed down here. Maybe some different people have leased buildings or whatever. The one thing that I do know that has changed is they built that house right there. It's a brand new building. I think they just finished it in 2023. Didn't take them too long to build it, but that is a new construction. Let's see, do we have a winner? No winner. Crossing Daisy Bates. Of course, this old service station is just stuck in time. There's the old Mustang and old Plymouth that are in there. Haven't moved in decades. Don't know who owns it. Yeah, in the last 3 years we've had a big influx of people moving into this area and building houses on vacant lots. They've over here on 1 block away on 15th and Gaines, between Gaines and State Street, they've been selling lots on a whole block, city block, that hadn't been used. There's about 3 or 4 houses that have already been built and people are living in them now. Sweet ramp. Yeah, these cool little houses right here on Broadway. So the state is going to change this road from a 4-lane road to a 2-lane road with turning lane and bike lanes. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it will be happening soon. Here is the Peter Miller law offices, and that's the car that's on all the commercials. It does not speak. It does not actually speak. And then here a bunch of volunteers came and built this. It's like a neighborhood garden or something. They built it but nothing's been planted there. Probably wait until spring. Don't know who it's for. It's a cool looking Rhinoed Tacoma 2002 to 4. Pretty cool. Now we are coming upon 17th and Broadway. Broadway Food Mart, formerly Easy Mart. Formerly get some spoiled milk if you, some $6 spoiled milk. Oh, putting right along. This house has not been touched in decades. They did trim all these bushes around. During one storm here recently, this hollow tree fell into the road. The city took it out of the road, but didn't remove the tree. Like, they just left this here. Very lame. But that is a magnificent piece of artwork right there. Somebody should fork over lots of dough and fix that up. Boarded up building. Don't know what this is about. I do know that that apartment complex right there is for sale. So I don't know if this is for sale also. It doesn't look like it's being used. It's in a pretty prime spot. If you could come up with a business that people that had to walk, say from the Paris Towers, and come and spend their money, what little they have, could probably make a fortune. If you had like a neighborhood grocery store, you would make a killing. We really need more. Say bodegas would be an awesome place for a bodega. At least you get some food, you get some groceries. One might say beer and wine, but that would be up to the person that owned it. That is a beauty shop, and they are quite busy. I see lots of people in there getting their hair done, trimmed up. Coming up on 19th Street. Looking to the east, that's the borderline of the governor's mansion right there. It's where Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders lives. She is new to 2023 or 2024. That is the old, they called it the Fee House. Some people bought it thinking they were going to renovate it. They built up the little cottage in the back, lived there, basically didn't do anything with the house, and then resold it, or tried to resell it and moved out, but they don't live there anymore. And the house is still just being ran down. One good thing about narrowing this road will be for this church and the daycare that's in this church. because they are operating through the week, and the only thing that they have is this little spot right here to walk across, and cars do not yield to pedestrians right there. So narrowing the road and making a better crosswalk will help out a tremendous bit. Some great houses over here. Love those rock and brick. These offices are for lease. Right here, this used to be an office they used to come to for, his name was Mr. Richards, and he owned properties and stuff, and he was in somebody's house. He was an older man. He was in somebody's house fixing something, had a heart attack and died in their house. And that was something else. Crossing 21st right here. This, back in the day, in the early 90s, you were talking about one side of gang territory versus the other. I actually have a map of the old gang sites that a friend of mine had, and when he passed I found it, and it was interesting looking at it. This house has been sold, remodeled, and it had bushes everywhere, and it looks, they've painted it and did a lot of work on it. It really looks good. Then across the street here, 22nd and Broadway, is the Mystery Mansion, and that is where escape rooms are. But also, like, Senator Joe T. Robinson lived there. There had been many presidents, I believe Roosevelt or Truman, one of those guys. Who is the guy that was been paralyzed? Truman, Roosevelt, one of those two. Anyway, they were there. And the movie God's Not Dead 2, the fraternity house, was that house right there. Exteriors and interiors were shot there. Coming up on 23rd, which is going to be basically the end of the walk. I'm gonna come up here to a place that's one of the final changes of 23 that was, or from 2020 to now. We're in 24 right now, 24. This is David's family kitchen. That has stayed the same. But this place right here, this used to be a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they took the top of the building off, and the Davids bought it and made a family kitchen and soul food. They've had breakfast and lunch, but it is closed now, no longer open. And it even has a sign in here. It says, "We are sorry to inform you that David's Family Kitchen will be permanently closed due to unforeseen circumstances. We'd like to extend our gratitude to all who supported over the many years of service. God bless. With love, the David family." Point to note, there was a picture in here of my grandfather when he was in the Marines in Memphis. He was working at the recruit depot. And Mr. David retired, and my grandfather was giving him his like retirement papers or whatever, And the picture of him was in here. I was just sitting here eating. I was like, there's my grandpa. What the heck? But this is a sad note that David's Family Kitchen is no more. With that being said, this is the end of the walk. Roosevelt is just right down there. I'm not doing the 2 extra blocks. I'm gonna call it quits here at one of my favorite places in my neighborhood that is no longer here. Thanks for watching. Who knows when you'll see this, because I'm just gonna put it on a date in the future. But today is January 7th, 2024. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Later.